Everybody, it's Mr. Barton for Victory Physical Education, and we're here today to talk about a game called Storm the Castle. Now, Storm the Castle is a game that I use this year for my reinforcement of the skill of throwing, the overhand throwing. And what we do in this activity is the kids come in and we practice the cues for the overhand throwing. And the cues for the overhand throwing consist of the T, the hand that they throw with make the L, they aim and they point at their target, and I tell them they're allowed to move their body, and then they step with the leg closest to them and then throw the ball. So we practice that in the partner face-off, and they practice for just a couple minutes just to get them familiar with throwing overhand and using the correct technique of T, L, aim, step, and throw. That's what we use here at Victory School, and then we use this game to reinforce that skill. So what you're going to need to play this game is you're going to need 6, I use the trifold mats, and you're going to have a lot of foam balls, and you're going to need some cones, all right? So this is all you really need to play the game. And what I do is I put 6 cones at the top of the mat, all right? So there's one here, and then I put one over here. So there's 6 cones on each mat. And I also put 1 cone on the rim of the basketball hoop that is above the mats. And what that looks like is basically right here. So I have the 3 mats that go along the side, and then I put at the base of the rim a cone, all right? And that is the instant win cone. So there are a total of 6 cones below and 1 cone above. So the object of this game is to be the first team to knock down all 6 cones off the castle wall, all right? You'll notice that the O's are on this side. In this game, you always stay on your side. There's absolutely no reason to go to the other team's side. So any balls, okay, you have to get the balls that are on your side, and make sure you have plenty of balls. I'd say at least 10 to 15 balls that they use in this activity. So the O's then are trying to throw and knock the cones off the castle wall, and there are 6 cones. They are allowed to block and guard the cones. And I did not put a limit on how many you could have each person guarded. It worked out very well. This game went on a long time. Cones did not get knocked down right away because it made it difficult because we had so many people blocking and throwing at the same time. So the X's are trying to knock down these cones. The O's are trying to knock down these cones. And then there's that cone that's by that basketball hoop that's up on top of the basketball hoop towards the back. And that is the instant win cone. Now, if they throw a ball and knock that instant win cone off that basketball rim, it's obviously an instant win. They win the game, and they do not need to lock down those 6 cones. So that was a really big inspiration for them to aim for that cone, and they were practicing their T and their L and their aim, and they were throwing it. And I had a couple classes, not a lot, I had a couple classes knock that cone off for an instant win. And then I just used a ladder to put the cone back up. All right, so you got to make sure you have a ladder handy too, or have a special place where you put that instant win cone that's difficult to hit. All right? So the name of this game is called Storm the Castle. I played this game with 1st through 5th graders, and they really seemed to like it. So this was a new one that I played this year, and it was a hit. Again, Storm the Castle reinforces proper throwing technique, also teamwork, and it's a good cardio game because when they got done, they were extremely tired. So that's Storm the Castle, and now make sure you stay tuned and watch it in action.
Make the letter, wait a second, make the letter T. No, T.